What is up, guys? Today we are going to be doing another video of roadmap and review, and this time it's Gears of War Reloaded's turn. Now, I do these videos to help anyone who is trying to get the achievements and don't know where to start, and this video is what I did and what I went for first, what I aimed for. Just a quick intro, I do work a 9 to 5 and these videos take a while to make, mostly because I gotta find the time to get all the achievements before uploading all this. That being said, it is doable. I was able to do it. It's not like I know life the game. I'm just a casual gamer, and I do love Gears of War. This is one of my favorite franchises. I used to play it a lot back in the Xbox 360 days, and I was very excited to start the remake of the remake. I think they remade this game like 3 times. But that said, let's begin. Going to be separating the achievements into 3 categories. Is going to be multiplayer, story, and grind. Those are the 3 categories that are going to be on there. I'm also going to tell you guys how long it took me to get all of them and the rating on each category, if they're achievable or not. So first off is how long did it take? A very important question because a lot of people don't want to put in a lot of time if it's going to take too long. For me, it took me 134 hours. I took this screenshot from my Steam account as soon as I got the last achievement for it. So 134 hours for me. Now I checked online forums and they did say it took them about 150 hours in total. So we are below the average time, which is good. That's what you want to do. You want to definitely get it as fast as you can if you're achievement hunting. Um, so it's not that bad. A lot of people say that's a long time. Most of the times you are playing multiplayer. That's the big part of the grind here. And I was playing a lot of multiplayer with my friends, so I didn't really feel the 134 hours. So it's up to you guys. If you guys are gonna solo it, definitely is a little more tedious. But if you guys have a bunch of people to play online with, then time flies when you're having fun. Moving on to the achievements category. So there are 16 multiplayer achievements. There's more than that, but the rest of them are on the grind category because they were a mess to get to. There are 33 story achievements, and I also put things that you get while doing the story run through, like the collecting the cogs, whack a grub. So they're not story objectives, but you have to play the story to get them. And those achievements I put into the story mode category. And grind. There are 7 grind achievements. They're all multiplayer achievement, FYI, and they are a hassle. Moving on, this brings us to our first category, the multiplayer achievements. There are 16 multiplayer achievements I got while just playing the game, and I tell anybody and everybody, if you're going for the achievements, always go for the multiplayer achievements first, because at launch the game is still fresh, people are starting to get on, it's easier to find matches, you get everybody trying to learn the game as well as you do, rather than down the line, um, you get a little more sweaty players who have been playing the game for a while non-stop. Also, the fan base starts to dwindle, so there's not a lot of people online, and it's a little bit harder to get the achievement, especially if you gotta play different game modes like you do in this case. It's always better to get them out the way fast. So I'm just gonna go through the achievements starting from the bottom right. Always remember your first, easy, just win. Give me some skin. Another one, easy, just get a custom skin, which you unlock by leveling up. Uh, Level 5, level 10, easy. Don't hate the player. Finish with the highest points in a versus match. That might be hard now, but maybe it's not. You're gonna have to give it a try. I got that achievement when the first week I got it. So I played Gears for a while, and I kind of knew how to maneuver around. But PS4 people, PS4 players are still getting accustomed to the game, so it was easy to get that achievement. Level 25, just keep playing the game, you'll get it. Win 10 versus matches without losing a round. I got that one just by playing the game. Domination, got that one by that's one of the ones you get by completing the story in co-op mode, which is pretty easy. I was playing it with my wife on easy mode, so it wasn't that bad. Brothers to the End. I have a video on how to do that one. It's very easy. You just need a player who knows what they're doing. So go check that out. Around the World, just win. And just keep playing. Got that one just by playing. Better Late Than Never. Got that one just by playing. Dumb Curious. Again, did it with my wife. CQC, win 25 matches in boxes. That one you have to actively do, and you just gotta keep playing that specific game mode. There's still some players there, and I've seen some players just boost, like they leave their account on, and people just end up getting kills. So I don't know about that part, but if you win 25 matches in that game mode, in the 2v2 Nasher game mode, you will get that achievement. Handyman, I have a video on that because that was a bit tricky to get to. For some reason, it only does count if you're hosting the multiplayer lobby. So definitely check that video out. Re-up, get to 100 levels, and reach level 100 and re-up. That one you also get just by playing. You just gotta play the game. A lot of people play King of the Hill because it is the game where you get the most achievements, I mean the most XP in, and you get the most kills in. And lastly, I Can't Quit You Dom. I got that one with my wife again. That was actually the last achievement I needed to complete the whole game, um, and make this video. So, so far there are still more multiplayer achievements, but I put them in the grind category because they are tough. Those are the ones you actively have to try to get. So we'll be moving on from that, and whatever achievements I missed are going to be showing up later. So next up in our category list is the story achievements. These are achievements you can easily get well, just by playing the story. I'm not going to put all the story achievements because you get them while just playing the game. You don't really have to go out of your way to get any of them, but these achievements you do have to put some effort into getting. Zen, the Art of Reloading, Zen, the Art Part 2, those are easy. I just got them while playing the game. Whack a Grub was pretty easy too. I have a video on that one. You get it very early on in the story. For the following, recover all 33 cog tags. I got all of these on insane difficulty. They're really easy. They're just lying around. You just need to know where to look. And if you get all of them, or if you get like a good set amount, you can get the next achievement, which is G Reader. So in order to unlock the full comic, you do need to get the cogs. Now, completing all the acts on insane difficulty. My first run was the insane difficulty, and it wasn't that bad. Mind you, I'm a rusty player. I don't have time or a lot of time to put into these games, but it's doable. All you have to do is just take cover and make sure it's safe to shoot. You are very weak, you do take so much damage, and one shot could literally kill you, but as long as you're patient, um, you could do it. You don't have to run in guns blazing, which is, part of the fun of the game, but if you just take your time, you can do it.
Dude, for real. Just trying to help him out.
And last but not least, grind. I always leave this category to the end because it really is what makes and breaks a lot of people. And the one that took me the longest was obviously the achievement called Seriously. I mean, 0.4% of players only have that, which means, a lot of people don't have this game 100% completed. And that is what really took a lot of the time here. The only reason it took a month and a half was because of that achievement. I had to make time, specifically plan out my days to grind out 10,000 people, kill 10,000 people in a versus match. Oh, in versus matches. Best way to do that was King of the Hill for sure. You also level up a lot. I was able to prestige or re-up twice. So, that really helped with the other achievements. But man, it's just so much. But let's get started. New Pounder, starting from the bottom top. New Pounder, win 20 rounds ring-based games online by shutting out your opposing team. I'm pretty sure I did that on a private match with a friend. So you could definitely do it then. Same with this, the Annex, did it on a private match with a buddy. Uh, we were able to knock it out in like a few, maybe in an hour or two, just because it is 100 matches, but it was pretty easy. It wasn't that bad. Don't You Die on Me. Nobody revives in this game, so I had to. And if you just stick with somebody, follow them around, they're gonna go down. What was the other one? I Can See You. That one is also pretty easy. You do actively have to go for it. Like some people, the way it works is that it has to be when you spot somebody, the little icon has to be on them while they're dying. If you spot somebody, the icon goes away and then they die, it does not count. So it was pretty tough, just kind of like um, trying to get 100 spots. Out of all the grind achievements, that one was the easiest one to do. Just because you can be so far away, spot them, and hope for the best. Now, Cluster Luck, I did say all of these achievements were multiplayer, but Cluster Luck was one of the few ones that you could get multiplayer and story. And the best way and fastest way to do it was in the story. I do have a video on that. And that was the second easiest one because the timing is a little tricky, but that one wasn't as bad. And the last one, seriously, that is the achievement that makes or breaks people. That is so tough and it takes so long. I would have finished this 100% achievement guide maybe 2-3 weeks earlier if it wasn't for that specific achievement. Seriously, it's seriously hard, but it's doable. I was able to do it, so you guys should too. I'm not skilled at all when it comes to multiplayer games. I'm terrible at it, but I was able to get 10,000 kills, so you guys should be too. Other than that, that brings us to the three categories. And we're going to do a recap and a rating on this real quick. So, before I give the recap, I want to talk about the rating. I will give it a 5 out of 10 just because it could have been worse, it could have been better. Um, the game overall, it was whatever, honestly. I remember having so much fun back in the day, but now when I was just hunting the achievements, man, was it boring. It was fun to get online and play some games, some matches, but then I remember why I stopped playing this game and why it did die down. It's just, after the maps aren't that great to begin with, and there's just way too many sweats, the community is so small that after a while you end up facing the same 5 people who just trash you. And I'm no sweat, I'm just a casual gamer. I'm trying to have fun right after work, get a few matches in. But man, because of that seriously achievement, it was just a chore to get through all these achievements. Was it fun? Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun the first few times. It was fun playing with my friends again. We all got the crew back together. Hunting the achievements was not fun at all. Uh, you get most of them just by playing the game, but when you actually have to put an effort and hunt them down because um, they're just very specific. Like the Annex one, the 10,000 kill. It's really just that 10,000. They're all tolerable besides that 10,000 kill. That takes so much time, and it's insane that you know, that they have it in there. But you do feel very accomplished after getting it, mostly because you're finally done with it. That's probably gonna be the last achievement anybody and everybody gets in this game. Is that one? And time, because of that achievement, it delayed everything by a lot of weeks. If it wasn't for that specific one, this video would have came out a lot sooner. Um, I would have maybe even put it up higher because the grind for those 10,000 were just way too much, way too much. But overall, like I said, I did have fun. It's not all bad. Overall, it is a 5. That's the average I give. Um, online on the forums, people are giving it a 6 out of 10. This is not, the rating is not for how fun it is. The rating is if it's doable and if it's fun getting the achievements on top of how much time it takes to get them. You know, a game could be fun. The achievement could be super tedious to get, and I'll put it down to it because it's not doable. You know, the average player cannot do it. And for this specific game, I don't think the average player can get 10,000 kills. It's just something, it's just way too much, man. But let's do a recap. So 134 hours, I feel like I got a good amount of time in this game, and I did get all the achievements in a fair amount of time. Like I said, most people are getting these achievements after 200 hours, after 150 hours. So I got pretty lucky, I guess, and did it under that, below average, 134. So that is good. That is good. I still think that is a long time, especially because you're doing the same thing for probably half of that. Like 60 hours of just grinding kills for that seriously achievement, and it gets boring. It's not like you're, you know, working like 10 hours on one achievement, 10 hours on another achievement, 10 hours on another achievement. It changes up the pace, but you do get burned out. You get very burned out just trying to do the same thing over and over again. Now, mind you, it is a little better if you're playing with friends because you're going to be actively going online and getting these achievements, or working towards it. So it's not that bad. But I gotta say this, I hope you guys stick to this, to end this video, but the seriously achievement only counts if you are hosting. So if you're playing with buddies, just make sure you are hosting so it counts towards you. If you do not host, or if your buddy hosts, it will only count towards their count, their kills. It will only count towards their kills. So there's your warning. You know, don't think you're gonna be joining your buddy's game and then playing 25 hours, and then, you know, it'll suck because none of it goes to your kill count. Now, there's 16 multiplayer categories: story 33 and grind 7. Always do the multiplayer first, please. Always do the multiplayer first, especially now the player base is not as broad as it used to be. I mean, you still get some PS4 players, they're still pretty new, but definitely work on your grind and multiplayer. Those are the two you want to, if you're going to actually go for this 100%, those are the two categories you want to do first. Multiplayer and grind. Sometimes the grind you could leave it off to the end, like in the other videos, like Monster Hunter or Dragon Quest, you could leave that off to the end, but Gears is so special that you have to do the grind or work towards the grind first thing you can because it takes so long. And for and lastly, the rating, it is a 5. It was, like I said, the game was whatever. Didn't really enjoy it, didn't really hate it. Stuck right in the middle. And if you're planning on getting the achievements, I don't recommend anybody to do it. It's just, it's very tough to get the multiplayer achievement, especially in a franchise that doesn't have a big following as it did before. So if this is your first time getting achievements, don't do it. Um, if you plan on just, you know, sucking it up and keep going and going after it, then go ahead. You know, it definitely, it will take you some time, but it is doable. So it isn't all that bad. Other than that, if this video helped you out, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for sticking to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.